Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. At the top of the list, a memorial more than 6 years in the making. It's a tribute to the people affected by the 2016 wildfires in Sevier County. Rangers noticed during the week of Thanksgiving that year a small fire burning at the chimney tops in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Dry conditions helped that fire grow, and it wasn't the first we had seen over the fall, but strong winds kept fueling it, with embers blown from hilltop to hilltop. On November 28th, the winds grew to near hurricane strength, knocking down trees, dragging down sparking power lines, creating an inferno in and around the Gatlinburg area. Well, damage would eventually be estimated at around $1 billion. Around 1,000 buildings were burned, with damage done to homes and businesses. The fire would also go on to claim 14 lives. Leaders in 2019 secured a state grant to help pay for the project, but it wasn't until November of last year that Gatlinburg City leaders approved the plan to build a memorial, with the city and Sevier County splitting some of the remaining costs. The design features 2 plazas joined by a bridge over LeConte Creek. One side serves as a memorial to those killed. The other pays tribute to the agencies who rushed to help on the night of the fire and in the days that followed. Now, the city today holding a dedication ceremony at the Minot Park site. Sevier County Mayor Larry Waters says the project took longer than he would have liked, but in the end, he sees this as an appropriate memorial to what the community experienced.
It's a bittersweet day. Certainly, you still mourn for the folks that lost their lives. That's number one. But number two, you're appreciative, or I'm appreciative of the recovery of of Gatlinburg and Sevier County, and what the endurance that our folks had and the ability they have to come back and rebuild.
Along with the city, county, state dignitaries, family members of those who died were on hand for today's ceremony, plus a number of first responders who were on the front lines of those fires. Well, Big hardly covers the scope of our next story tonight at 7 o'clock as we learn about the charges against former President Donald Trump. Last night, Trump himself confirmed that charges were coming following the investigation into classified documents found at his Mar-a-Lago home. Today, the indictment was unsealed, revealing that a federal grand jury has charged Trump and his valet with 37 counts, ranging from willful retention of national defense information to conspiracy to obstruct justice. Along with the indictment's release came pictures showing boxes of documents stored at Mar-a-Lago, some apparently kept in a bathroom, others in a storage room, and still others stacked on a stage in a ballroom. The former president insists he is innocent, describing the case as a politically motivated effort to stop his 2024 presidential campaign. Special counsel Jack Smith today saying, quote, "We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone." Now, that one system comment by Smith seeming to counter a message that we've been hearing from Republicans, one echoed again today by Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, posting a video response on her YouTube account, making reference to former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's emails and the congressional probe into President Biden and his son's business dealings.
Doing is trying to interfere with that investigation, and they're going after President Trump. 2 tiers of justice.
You may remember last night we brought you a comment from Senator Bill Hagerty, also using that 2-tier phrase. We've also been tracking down voices from the other side of the aisle as well. Knoxville Democratic State Representative Gloria Johnson tweeting her own summary of today's happenings, writing, quote, "Jack Smith, short and sweet. That's the law. It appears he broke it multiple times. No one is above the law. Innocent until proven guilty. See you in court." Our next Big 7 story for you, summer school. Most of our area's school systems are offering summer classes for all grade levels. However, more emphasis has been placed on 3rd graders with the new retention law. Today, we met a Sevier County parent who decided to send all of her kids to summer school, including her rising 4th grader. Heather Washington says her daughter Lyric was required to attend or she was going to be held back.
She does great in school. She's straight A's, maybe some B's, but as far as the test goes, I think that the summer school is a great idea for kids who need it, but I don't think the test should make that decision.
Sometimes there's lunch outside, and regular school was lunch inside, so we would eat lunch outside.
Washington added that although she thinks summer school is a good idea, it should be her decision as a parent and not required by law. As for putting the rest of her kids through summer school, it's a decision Washington hopes will help curb summertime learning losses. Next in our big story list here at 7 o'clock for you, new information on a deadly shooting that we told you about earlier in the week. Part of that new info, pictures of this car that we're going to show you that Knoxville police say was connected and now may have been sold or abandoned somewhere in the Knoxville area. Now, a shooting happening along the 2400 block of Center Avenue on Wednesday. Officers responding to a scene to find a man dead of a gunshot wound. He has now been identified as 25-year-old Emery Johnson of Knoxville. As for that vehicle, take a look. As you can see, it is a blue 2005 Dodge Avenger. Again, if you know anything about this incident, call the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. That number, you see it right there at the bottom of the screen. A response tonight about the future of Green Acres Flea Market. We showed you the fire over the weekend. The owners posting on social media last night to thank the community now for all the support that they have received since this fire. They say they are taking the appropriate steps to make the area safe and get the market up and running once again. We're told the process includes cleanup and putting up some temporary fencing. Now, they are not giving a definite date for reopening, but they plan to open the doors as soon as possible. A big honor tonight in Morristown. There is a new road named Evelyn Johnson Way after aviation pioneer Evelyn Johnson. She was nicknamed Mama Bird and accrued more than 57,000 flying hours before her death in May of 2012. She died at the age of 102. Johnson holds the Guinness World Record for the most hours logged by a female pilot. She also played a critical role at Morristown Regional Airport. Johnson served as both a flight instructor and manager of the airport. At the dedication today were members of the 99s, an international organization of female pilots that promotes the advancement of aviation. And we're wrapping up our Big 7 at 7 with a tribute to a true VFL. Friends, family, and faculty remembering the life of a longtime employee at the University of Tennessee. Judy Constantine worked at the university for close to 60 years in continuing education and served as an advisor for many student athletes. Judy, also known as Juju by family members, was an integral part in the rejuvenation of the Letterman Tea Club and the fundraising for the Wall of Fame outside of the Neal and Thompson Sports Center. Her family found out just how much she meant to players by listening to their conversations, well, there at Neyland Stadium.
Through listening to a lot of the athletes, they would tell me, they said that they owed half of their diploma to her. When they were discouraged, when they wanted to quit, when they wanted to go home, they would go to her. And she would step up, as a mother would, and say, no, you're not. Let me tell you something. Pull yourselves up by the bootstraps, and you're not going anywhere. You're going to stick this out.
Listen to this. Judy had only missed one game from the time that she started working for UT at the age of 17. She died at the age of 93. But again, just missed one game.